Fox 61 News at 5 starts now.
Now at 5, a weather watch alert tonight. Rain coming our way. We'll have live team coverage tracking the latest conditions across the state.
Plus, we're tracking breaking news out of Waterbury tonight. A man was shot and killed in his store parking lot. We have the very latest ahead.
She said, no, mommy, I don't want to go, outside because I'm scared.
And concerns in the capital city after an overnight homicide, how neighbors are reacting to the rise in crime.
And testimony begins for the InfoWars host who called the Sandy Hook tragedy a hoax. We're breaking down what happened on day one in the courtroom.
Good evening and thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. We're under a weather watch alert tonight. We started the day with some rain, some showers out there, then had a bit of a break, but the clouds are rolling back in. It's one of those off and on kind of days. So what's in store tonight, though? We
have team coverage tonight. Meteorologists Rachel Frank and Ryan Breton are in the Weather Watch Center tracking that rain, and we'll begin with Rachel for a look at the forecast. Rach?
Things are still pretty quiet across the state, although in Salisbury, you're probably hearing this thunderstorm come your way here in northwestern Litchfield County. And from now through 8 o'clock tonight, there is a chance for a hit or miss shower or thunderstorm. Not every town will get one, but the reason we're on the weather watch is because there's a little chance for a severe storm in the state. If we do get one, it would be for strong gusty winds. But again, I think that most will stay under that limit. Let's take a closer look at what's heading this way. And this storm just got really nasty over the last half an hour or so, but it looks like the worst part of it is already north of Connecticut and heading into the Berkshires. Still, Salisbury gets clipped by this storm with some heavy rain, some thunder, and some gusty winds, although not severe. And it doesn't look like it contains any hail in that part of the storm either. And if you look farther south, you'll see a line of showers and rumbles of thunder, and that will be slowly working its way into Connecticut as we head through the course of this evening. Otherwise, you're just seeing little drips of drizzle, a pop-up shower, but nothing really too notable here. One around Bethlehem and Watertown. And looking at the future radar as we head through the course of the evening tonight, you'll see most of the action to the north of Connecticut, but still a chance for a hit or miss shower or thunderstorm here within Connecticut's borders as well. The Storm Prediction Center still has a level 2 risk of severe weather for northern Connecticut on north. I think it's even farther north than they've depicted here, but there is a greater chance of seeing a thunderstorm in general in northern areas compared to the southern half of the state. Back behind this front, turning so much less humid and even a taste of early fall on the way. But before we do that, we had a big jackpot along the shoreline this morning for rainfall totals. For more on that, let's head to meteorologist Ryan Breton. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Rachel. Round one really affecting the shoreline with heavy rain this morning. Some places in just an hour or so picking up 1 to 2 inches of rain. Look at the winner in our area, Stony Creek and Brantford, more than 2 inches of rain. Clinton, more than 1.5 inches. Lyme and Hamden, about 1.25 inches. And as you got inland, it was more 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain from Bristol over to Mansfield. Here is the system that's pulling through, and with it, there's a cold front. You can see the difference in the air mass. 71 the dew point right now in Hartford. That's tropical air, but not far away is much more comfortable levels of humidity. And over the next 24 hours, that will all be sliding in our direction. So by this time tomorrow, it will feel totally different around here, and it's here to stay, at least for a few days. A much more comfortable forecast ahead, and Rachel has much more on that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, guys, thank you. Stay with Fox 61 for the latest, and be sure to download the Fox 61 News app to see the current weather for your area, and you will there be able to watch the Fox 61 News in the event that your power goes out. All right, in other news today, today was the first day of testimony in the high-profile defamation trial of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who claimed for years the Sandy Hook school massacre was a hoax.
Fox 61's Matt Caron is live outside Waterbury Superior Court with what happened on day one. Matt.
Well, guys, the judge charged the 6-member jury with their duties and responsibilities, and then testimony was off and running with opening statements made by both attorneys and calling the first plaintiff to the stand, an FBI agent who responded to the 2012 massacre.
You were looking everywhere. Just wanted to find something.
One of the Alex Jones defamation trial saw raw emotion on display as witnesses recounted the 2012 massacre that took 26 lives. Plaintiff and FBI agent Bill Oldenburg took the stand.
Those children real? It's awful. It's awful.
But just hours after the massacre, conspiracy theorist and InfoWars host Alex Jones said it was a hoax and that the families were actors.
They are launching attacks. They're getting ready. I can see them warming up with Obama. They've got a bigger majority in the Congress now and the Senate. They are going to come after our guns, look for mass shootings. And then magically it happens.
Chris Maddy, the attorney for the victims' families, argued Jones's lies led to threats.
You can see days after the shooting, Alex Jones's listeners latched onto this.
Described by Agent Aldenberg.
Death threats, people calling all kinds of numbers in Newtown, saying that this is Adam Lanza. I'm going to come and kill you all.
While attorney for Alex Jones, Norm Pattis, downplayed Jones's inflammatory rhetoric as free speech.
To decide for the millions of fools, the millions of deplorables, the millions of MAGA Republicans, what people can and can't watch in this country, because they've transformed the hearing aid damages. They've transformed money into a political weapon in this trial.
And what remains to be seen in this case is just how much money the victims' families will get. Jones was ordered to pay $50 million in a similar case to the family of Sandy Hook victim Jesse Lewis. That was a trial that happened recently in Texas. Jones's company, InfoWars, has already filed for bankruptcy. We're live here outside Waterbury Superior Court. Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.
All right, thank you, Matt. We have breaking news out of Waterbury now, where police are investigating a homicide that happened this morning.
Fox 61's Gabby Molina is live in Waterbury with more on what we know so far. Gabby.
Brent, Sarah, Waterbury police say that the victim is a 26-year-old man and that they believe he was shot in this parking lot in front of Colonial Grocer. That's a convenience store along Colonial Avenue here in Waterbury. Police say around 11 o'clock this morning, they responded to Waterbury Hospital after the victim had been dropped off there. He was pronounced dead a few minutes before police arrived. Police then located the crime scene here at the convenience store. The victim hasn't been identified yet. We did speak to a customer who said, unfortunately, Waterbury has been experiencing a lot of violence lately, so he wasn't surprised to hear of this incident.
I'm not shocked. It happens. It's Waterbury, unfortunately, so it seems to continue happening, and the violence is increasing. But hey, it happens. It's unfortunately the country's dealing with this constantly, so hopefully things get better.
At this point, Waterbury police haven't given any details on a suspect or suspects, but they are asking anyone with information to give them a call. Live in Waterbury, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
All right, thank you, Gabby. Hartford police are investigating a homicide, the city's 27th this year. A man was shot and killed early this morning on Hillside Avenue. Police are asking the public for help finding the suspect. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is in Hartford with how neighbors are reacting.
She said, no, mommy, I don't want to go, outside because I'm scared.
Neighbors on Hillside Ave in Hartford waking up to gunshots early Tuesday morning that police say killed 28-year-old Jose Arriaga. His killer is still on the loose.
I was scared when he finished the shot, so I can't. I don't have words.
Iris Aspera and her 13-year-old daughter heard the shots that hit Arriaga inside his car just before 1 a.m. and then heard his car crash into parked cars down the street. Police said he was unresponsive at the scene. Aspera's daughter was too shaken up to leave the house to get on the school bus.
She cried and she said, Mommy, why? I need to go to school. I'm scared. I said to her, don't worry. Mommy here.
Police are combing for clues, executing several search warrants at houses on Hillside Ave to figure out what led up to the shooting and who is responsible. It's unclear how the houses are involved, but police did say they were going to be looking at camera footage in the area. Claudio Santos has lived on Hillside Ave for 50 years. He says what once was a quiet street has lately been noisy.
Problems. People partying, going crazy, fighting out here at night. It's just crazy. The speeding, people blowing through the lights.
With still many questions and no leads, neighbors are hoping to see police identify a suspect as soon as possible.
I think it's a dream, but no. So when I saw all that noise and shot, you know, it's terrible.
Police are asking anyone with any information to contact Hartford Police. In Hartford, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61 News.
Well, tonight, Meriden police are investigating after neighbors found a man dead next to a scooter. It happened just after 7:30 last night on South Colony Street. Police say some neighbors found an unconscious man in someone's front yard. They say the man didn't have any major trauma, and it's not clear exactly how he died. His identity has not been released as of yet. Anyone with information or surveillance footage of the crash should give police a call.
4 juveniles are facing a number of charges in connection to a home invasion in Vernon. Police say the group broke into a home on Elm Street on Sunday. Their charges range from burglary and assault to weapons charges. Police say the victims knew the suspects. Those victims were injured, but they're expected to be okay.
And Farmington police are investigating a robbery that was reported overnight. Police saying they responded to a call from 2 men who said they were victims of a robbery at a home on Talcott Notch Road. The incident is not believed to be random. Police believe the men were targeted by a guest, but anyone with any information that could help in this investigation should give police a call.
2 people are arrested after state police find suspected drugs in a car during a traffic stop. State police say they attempted to pull over a car for speeding on I-91 in Hartford. The driver wouldn't stop at first, but when they finally did pull over, officers searched the car. They found 148 packages of what they believe is fentanyl, heroin, and crack cocaine. The driver, Mauro Spagnolo, and his passenger, Heather Doobie, were taken into custody. Both are out on bond.